we're back on another episode of the A Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Ameer Hamid. Joining me today are Brant DeBow and Morris Cesario.
Yo.
All right, so it's been a little bit.
It's been a while. Welcome back, by the way.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
I know. In 3 weeks.
I think we've had. Is this now like one podcast with like each of us gone, basically?
Yeah,
I mean, Brant was in
one I was
like
there for
half
half
of one,
it.
but
he was a half and half.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't play hurt. All right, I couldn't talk. I felt like throwing up. It didn't happen.
You're not a good Canadian kid, eh?
No, I had bronchitis.
That's not.
I mean, John Terry would say
John Cherry.
Bunch of jerks.
John Cherry would have called you a jerk.
Yeah, he would have called me a bunch of jerks. I guess for not.
That is stupid. Can we get to that later?
Did you see the tweets where it's like Coach's Corner should be renamed to Sour Grapes?
I love it. It should be. It's hilarious.
Sour grapes.
It's like, I mean, they're not wrong.
Yeah. Oh, it's brutal. It's just every take he has.
What's there? We got some big news on the Diamond today. After a quiet off season, one of the big fish, one of two. I mean, Keuchel, yeah.
I'd say the second.
He's not in the
second.
He's
biggest
not in the
fish
tier.
No.
Well, I mean, the second biggest fish now, but since Manny Machado signed with the San Diego Padres, 10 years, $300 million. I'm sure there's incentives to make it higher.
Sure.
And there's a option, I think, for Machado to opt out after the 5th year.
Oh,
so really? That he could hit. Yeah, so that he could hit free agency again.
Wow, I didn't see that. That sucks.
For who?
For the league.
How come?
Like, you're gonna think of what his next contract's gonna be if he's getting 30 on this one. He's going to be able to opt out of it.
I think it's like...
He's going to be 36 by the end of his next contract.
Yeah, but in 5 years he won't be.
It's like the...
the 5 years,
It's the A-Rod rule, right? Like, I signed that big, like, 8 or 10-year, whatever it was, originally with thing, and then I opt out, and then I re-up for more years even. So, if he's still hitting at 30, then it makes absolute sense to opt out.
For him, sure.
Keep going.
Yeah, for him, sure.
Yeah,
but it sucks for any other team that's going to have to pay him
I don't sign him then. Like, if you're San Diego, you get the best of both worlds if you get Machado for the next 5 years and then he opts out.
Yeah.
Because I think those last 5 years are no win either way. No. Let's say he performs like Manny Machado until 31.
Even
then
if he's
got
a little bit
4 more years of his deal where he's slowly declining. Yeah. Like, there's only certain guys that stay at that level.
Yeah, he's
like
never going to be
Beltre.
bad. He's never going to be bad, but he'll be not Manny Machado.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it won't be worth the $30 million.
No.
Like, he might hit free agency next time, and he'll be that Manny Machado for the first maybe 2 years after, if we're being generous, and then it'll be a decline at like 32. So, we could do a little game. When do you think Bryce Harper signs?
Soon. I'd say I'm
saying mid-spring training.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Thursday, Friday.
You think?
I think now that this is done, like he's got something to gauge, his bargaining, like he can basically say, okay, he made 300 by 10 years. Okay, here's what my value is, and now teams are already lining up.
35 a year.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. 350 for 10 years. Probably the number right now.
Well, I mean, I think the number is $301 million. $300 million.
Well, even Chicago came out and said that they gave him 8 years by 350. So I mean, if
no, so it's different. So
because that was 250 plus 100 in incentives or whatever it was.
Yes, so basically, I think Machado wanted that biggest contract ever because he would have been behind A-Rod, right? Because A-Rod's 250 something or 272. I don't know, one or the other. So I think he wanted the fact that he had the biggest contract ever instead of, even though it would have been a better deal, but I think like the incentives that you have to hit. I mean, you want the guaranteed money. That's the beauty of baseball, is the fact that it's guaranteed and stuff. And I mean, incentives like they just don't do it for players because there's the variable of not hitting them.
You might not do it.
You're
you
making
might get hurt.
$25 million a year instead of 35.
You blow out your arm and miss an entire year.
Exactly. Yeah. So let's talk about the Padres a little. So I said that the Padres were a dark horse. I think they were plus 14,000.
Yeah.
To win the World Series. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, that's pretty good odds if they sign Machado or Harper. And they've got Machado, and now it's down to plus 9,000.
9?
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you had gotten the odds before Machado, not bad. And imagine if they get Harper also, maybe slice that in half again. Like,
yep.
That's
I don't think
it's a sweet
Machado.
ticket.
I don't think Machado actually moves the needle that much.
I disagree. I think he moves the needle more than Harper, but within like people's perspectives, sure. But I think I'd rather have Machado than Harper.
There's no hustle on Machado, man. That guy's a cancer.
Yeah?
He's a locker room cancer.
Oh, then
He's
Bryce Harper who
won.
got choked out. That's a great fucking.
No, Jonathan Papelbon was the locker room cancer. There's a reason he didn't last.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bryce was never the issue. Like Bryce has won some things. Machado's literally never won anything. He's never. Neither of them have won playoffs. Like Machado made it, but he was on the Dodgers. It doesn't count. That team's an all-star team. It's stupid. It's stupid. They spent more than anyone else in the league.
Makes the World Series, and then it's like he hasn't won anything.
He didn't win.
No,
he's got minimal awards to his name. Like fair.
He's got a pennant.
Bryce has some NL East ones, but that's it.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It doesn't move the Padres needle enough to be a contender.
See, okay, so I was listening to Baseball America podcast today, and they were ranking the organizational, like they did like an organizational rankings with like prospects and stuff, and they had the Padres number 1, and what they said was basically when a team's ranked number 1, basically they make the playoffs within the next 2 years.
Okay.
Which you have to have key signings, which, I mean,
that's
clearly this is one.
He's as key as they come.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then combining that with the prospects they have coming up, like Tatis, Urias, Mejia, Mackenzie Gore, like they're stacked. Their farm system is ridiculous. It's not only the 1 through 10 that's awesome, but it's like the 10 through 20 ranked players. So I think like they're setting themselves up for like
to be good
to
when
compete.
he leaves.
Yeah. To what?
To be good when he leaves.
No, I disagree.
Like
I think so. Before we go to Harper, let's this deal, I think it emphasizes the Padres' need for starting pitchers. So I mean, pure speculation. The Padres were interested in Marcus Stroman. I wonder if they revisit that now.
No. Do you want? Is this the time you're going to make the move for Stroman?
You're the Padres or the Jays?
For the Padres. Even if you're the Jays, like his value's not very high right now. Especially after what he said about your organization. Yeah. Like he doesn't want to be here.
Have you seen the fucking the Padres rotation? It is bad. Like awful.
Yeah, I was looking. I'm not too good with baseball in general when it comes to teams outside the Blue Jays, but I mean, I cannot recognize one single name in that rotation at all.
No, like their most recognizable pitcher was the one they traded last trade deadline, Brad Hand, and he's a reliever. They haven't had starting pitching for a while. Their rotation is, I think, like
Perdomo.
I think it's the worst in the league. Like, it's bad.
This was nearly a 100 loss team, was it not? I think they went like 66 and 96. Yeah. Fifth in the NL West. Like, I don't think Machado's gonna make that big of a difference right now, like this year immediately. But like 2 to 3 years from now, like you said, with the prospect pool they have, it can make some noise. And I think that's like, kind of what the plan was.
I think this moves them from a 66 win team to like a 73 win team. So 7 wins is pretty significant.
This team sucks.
And that's just Machado.
This
and
team
then you consider the
sucks.
Huh?
This team sucks.
It really does. Like that's what
they're not
but that's
good.
what I'm saying. You trade the guys, some of your prospects, for starting pitching. They need not only one, they need multiple. It's awful.
Yeah, they need a lot of everything, dude. Like
I really think that if this team didn't sign Eric Hosmer last year, they would have signed Harper already.
Yeah. You're going to put Harper on first?
No, but I'm saying like money-wise.
Oh, okay, fair enough, yeah. But they got Kinsler playing 2. Kinsler's old. He can't do it anymore. Hosmer's been bad since the contract signed. You never know what's coming with Will Myers. Renfro's okay. He's not good. I don't know, Franchi Cordero?
Renfro had a really strong second half.
Yeah. Who the hell is Franchi Cordero?
Not great.
Okay. Luis Urias.
Urias is good.
And then Austin Hedges. That's your starting lineup.
Yeah.
That's not good.
I think Manny Margot is going to play in center field instead of Frankie Cordero, but
yeah,
because Margot's pretty good, but his hitting's hit and miss. Like, look, this team.
Not.
If they go out and get starting pitching, then they can be good. Actually, they just signed fucking Aaron Lou.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so they're gonna lose.
Their bullpen is not good. There's no one.
Kirby Yates
is Kirby Yates. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Craig Stammen.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they have to be shrewd now with like the moves they make from their prospect system and trading them for starters. Even though they have, they have 1, 2, 3.
They do have Garrett Richards, 6, 7, but he's not pitching this year.
They have 14 top 100/101 prospects in their system.
Yeah, it's nuts. They'll be good one day.
And among that, they have 8 starting pitchers within that. And they have guys like Chris Paddock can come up and start like now, I think, but they'll service time him. Logan Allen, like those are guys like if I'm the Jays, I want them for Stroman just because they're ready. Mm-hmm. And they wouldn't cost as much as like a guy like Mackenzie Gore because that would be a lot. But like it doesn't make Machado doesn't make them the contender. It's the banking on their prospects.
They're not a contender this year.
No,
not even close.
No, but it all depends on the prospects. That's all. It doesn't matter on Machado because we all know Machado's going to be good.
You know what he can do. And
it's the variables that are what the prospects are. Harper?
Yeah, that's a completely different situation in itself because you don't really know what he can do. Because he could either be the MVP caliber that he was, 2015, or he could
even the start of this year, Harper was phenomenal because he was taking walks and his on-base percentage was ridiculous. And then he just got super aggressive and sucked.
Yeah, took a career high 130 walks this year.
But the majority of them was at the start of the season. He had 100
before the All-Star break.
That's what I'm like. So it's a problem like with him and how he went about it. I don't know. Where do you think he goes? Like,
everything's telling me Philly right now.
That's what I'm thinking.
Apparently they're offering him the sun and the moon, and it's just I don't see him going anywhere else. Who else is going to offer him that?
And also, like, where does he go that he competes right away? Like Philly's good.
Philly could compete. Yeah. They're a hell of a lot better than San Diego's going to be.
I'm not crazy about their pen, but sure.
No, maybe not. But like, you could always fill your pen throughout the year.
Yeah. Like they have really average starting pitching after Nola.
Yeah,
right.
But their lineup is stupid. We've already talked about these.
McCutchen isn't McCutchen.
No.
Segura's good. Realmuto's sick. Hoskins really good, and then after that it's
Maikel Franco, you could be good.
Maikel Franco's not good.
Could be good.
No.
He's streaky, but he could be.
That's what I'm saying. You can't rely on a
Was
guy
it him or...
There's a reason why they wanted Machado.
Yeah. Was it him or Herrera that was that went on some stupid streak last year?
Franco.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. He gets hot.
I like Herrera, and the fact that Cesar Hernandez is your 9th hitter is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But like, there's a whole kind of like 5 and 6. But I guess signing Harper would change that.
Mm-hmm.
But do you win a title with your 3 best hitters as Harper, Realmuto, Hoskins?
Especially in that division.
Like, I like the Braves so much more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just because their prospect system and
yeah,
the fact that
even the prospects have already come up. Like Albies and Acuna are stupid.
Acuna is ridiculous.
Yeah, like it's going to be tough to compete with. The Mets are better. The Nats.
So who else could Harper go to? The White Sox?
White Sox, Padres, Phillies, a couple other mystery teams. Giants are a big one.
Giants makes no sense for him to go to.
But apparently they've been pushing hard too. Apparently all I've seen is Padres, Giants, Phillies, White Sox, and then like 5 or 6 other teams that haven't been named.
I don't know if it's 5 or 6. I think it's a couple.
It's like I've seen 5 or 6 apparently.
It would be kind of cool if like some team out of nowhere signed him, like
the Jays.
No.
The Jays.
No, thank you. No.
Give me a 1-year deal with Bryce Harper when he doesn't want to.
If like St. Louis signed Bryce Harper out of nowhere, that'd be pretty sick with Goldschmidt and Harper. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be. But like San Francisco is garbage.
San Francisco, yeah. But they do
beautiful
have
city,
Mad Bum.
But yeah, and he played like bum last year. Ew.
He's never really had good seasons though.
No, it's just postseason.
Yeah. But he has ridiculous postseasons.
Yes.
So according to, I won't even drop it. But like, if he joined St. Louis, that'd be pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
But like, who knows about Harper's market? Like, it's really weird because it's just everyone's saying Phillies, but no one's like nothing's happening. They're ahead of like everyone in like the betting odds to get him, but no one.
They've been ahead of everyone for months and nothing's happened.
Yeah.
So either they're not budging or he's not.
Also,
budging.
I think like but I think the best spot for Harper is back in DC.
Yeah, realistically.
Like we talked about this when Patrick Corbin signed. It makes no sense making that deal if Bryce Harper doesn't re-sign.
Yeah.
Didn't they sign somebody else too after that? Didn't they? Or traded someone? Either way, they're still making moves to win, but they're not signing Bryce, which is strange.
And that team can still contend without Bryce.
Oh hell yeah! Juan Soto's unreal.
Yeah.
Anthony Rendon's one of the more underrated players in the NL.
Yep. Robles coming up.
Yeah.
All you do is plug Harper back in, and you're cooking. Like,
you're a contender.
It would be
easily. Yeah. Especially with that rotation.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. It's.
I mean, when you throw $500 million into a rotation, you better be able to contend. Like,
it's easily the best spot for him. I don't think he comes back. I'd love it. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he comes back.
Yeah, I mean, you're a fan of fucking 7 teams.
2.
We're bringing this up again.
Brady Bow, the Jays, Rockies, Nats, Miami Marlins fan. Fucking joke. Bite your tongue.
Not even gonna go on it this time.
Bryce Harper. Let's talk about him.
They're what do you call it? Harper and Machado's career like 162 game average are like fairly similar.
I think average wise it's different, but maybe on base percentage because Harper walks.
OBP 335 for Machado and 388.
Average was what I was saying. But yeah.
No, OBP. His OBP's
Yeah.
279 for Bryce, 282 for Machado. They both averaged 31 bombs. I think it is.
But, I mean, part of the appeal of Machado is position.
He is
the value of his position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also plays 2 premier positions in the infield.
That's what I mean. So not only the level, really well. Yeah, not only the level that he plays, but also the position value of, like, he's been a positive defender every year in the majors.
Not as a shortstop, though, I don't think.
No, he was still a positive defender. Yeah.
Because last time I looked him up, his numbers weren't great at shortstop.
He was still a two WAR defender.
All right.
Yeah, like baseball, Fangraphs has him a 35 offensive and then a 2 defensive, which is still positive. So that's still sick compared to at third base where he's ridiculous, which I'd rather play him at because put Tatis at short and then, and no one talks about Tatis not gonna play in the major leagues this year. Bryce Harper's been a negative on defense ever since his second year.
Yeah. He hit a wall. I don't know what happened.
He was really bad last year. He was a minus 18.
Yeah. He didn't look great, but he used to show like really good defense.
Yeah. The one thing that worries me about Harper is he's a little streaky.
A little.
It's been, I mean, very even. Yeah. And he's been healthy. In the last 5 years, he's been healthy 3 of the 5 years. Yeah. And going back even to the year before, he wasn't healthy.
No. He's struggled with injury. That's for sure. But
and I think that's a guy where you're gonna have those off years even throughout his deal where he'll hit 270 and 30 bombs, but he'll only play 110 games.
Mm-hmm.
But then you'll have maybe one good year in 3 years where
he wins the MVP.
280, 40 bombs, and he plays, 159, which is what I think is the highest. The highest amount of games he played was last year, and it wasn't his greatest year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little telling.
Do you think he pulls a J.D. Martinez?
And what?
Signs a short-term thing just to play this year and then...
I don't know. With who?
I don't know. I'm not really sure who the options would be. Maybe
Yankees.
The Phillies? Yeah, don't even. Please. But, like, someone like that, right? Like, take the quick deal at the end of spring training, get a couple games in, play out the year, and then see where it takes you. Bet on yourself, basically.
I would do if I was the Jays. I'd absolutely do that.
Yeah. Well, apparently the issue with them is the 10 years. They're like, we won't sign guys for a 10-year deal. I'm like, you're dumb.
Vladdy, don't fucking break my heart. Don't go breaking my heart.
You're taking yourself out of so many markets if you're not going to sign guys for 10 years.
Yeah, but I think it's just like something that you say so that fans don't be unrealistic that you're going to sign in. Bryce Harper.
Let them, man. Who cares? I'm not going to be pissed if we don't sign him at all. But, like, if you're going to put us out of the thing because that's your issue, is that you don't want to sign people for 10 years and you don't want that commitment. Like, we're not in Cleveland,
setting the expectation for the fans really low.
Yeah.
So
it's dumb.
So there's no disappointment.
I've been disappointed my entire time as a Jays fan. It doesn't matter at this point. Give me something to be excited about.
Under promise, over deliver.
That's the motto.
Under promise, under deliver. It's incredible.
I don't know. You're not a Freddie Galvis kind of guy? Or what are you saying, bud?
Forgot we signed Freddie Galvis.
Yeah, that's right.
Bro, he talked for like 20 minutes or something on Monday.
Galvis did?
Yeah.
Jesus. You know who else talked for 20 minutes?
I saw a good, what, were you going to transition
Marcus
to something?
Stroman?
Oh, well, all right. Sure, we can talk about this first.
I haven't actually seen the interview, and I'm not 100% sure what the comments are, but I know Shai Davidi wrote a piece about how it's not pretty. And it's looking like he's not coming back here when he's up.
Mm-hmm.
He said they're headed towards divorce was what the title of the article was.
Wow.
Which, I mean, everyone's saying that, and everyone knew this was going to happen. But I think what the Jays were counting on was he's going to come back. He's going to show out early on in the year, and then you trade him at the trade deadline. It's just tough because, like, I get where he's coming from, but and you're passionate that you want to stay here and stuff, but you just don't go out in the media and blast the front office and stuff. And even, like, I saw he was, like, tweeting at Carlos Gomez online. He's like, "Hey,
come here, come play for us."
I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you have to know your place within an organization, and I know, like, in sports there is a certain, like, ownership kind of level between everyone where it's not pretty, but I mean, it's the reality where you play for the team. And they basically control you, and because they signed your check, that's what you do, and it's not your place to go out and publicly.
I don't know, man. He's the only one left on this team. Who drives ticket sales when Vlad's not there for the first 2 months?
Yeah,
2 weeks.
2 weeks? It'll be a month, isn't it?
No, it's 2 weeks.
Isn't it like
2 weeks to get the thing?
Right.
Yeah.
So
second weekend.
Who drives ticket sales in the first 2 weeks of the season?
No one.
Who drives ticket sales if Vlad doesn't show up? Like, if he's not Vlad.
I mean,
who do Jays fans like
I mean,
more?
He doesn't have that as big name value as Stroman.
Sanchez is useless.
Who do Jays fans like more, Marcus Stroman or Kevin Pillar? Ooh, right?
Kevin Pillar's got this weird love from the
Kevin Pillar's also
from some Jays fans, and then there's people that are on that.
There's
train.
like the diehard.
You're
Kevin
either
Pillar
all in
fans,
or you're all out on
like,
Kevin Pillar.
Yeah.
Remember?
But I think
was it last week when he had
Stroman
the
has
hot
more
start and then just cliff dove?
He started swinging at balls again, man.
That's his one thing.
Patient.
His play recognition. If he like had an eye, it'd be great.
Yeah. He did for a month, and it was incredible.
Yet he's still a positive win player. For the last 3 years, he's been a 2-win player.
Yeah, because his defense is good.
That's literally all that drives it, because his offense is a negative. Which, I mean, you hope he gets off to a hot start. You ship him out, too. And then you literally go all young. I don't see a problem with going in the outfield.
No, you have
Hernandez,
to.
Alford, McKinney. Like, why not?
You can't. Yeah. You can't sit in between and expect to compete at all or lose. Like, you can't
do one or the other.
Do either one. Do
not be medium.
The in between never works.
Don't be what the Jays have been for the past 10 years.
Exactly. And people like will shit on the front office. I'm like, what do you want them to do? Do you want them to?
I'd like them to do something.
I'd rather them do nothing and just wait than making a rash decision. Like,
look
signing
what happened
Harper,
when you waited.
Signing Harper would move everything ahead too quickly when you're not ready. Like, I think you suck for this year, and then next year you'll see the fruits of your labor. You know what I mean? Like, the prospects will come through. Like, the Jays have got.
But if you have the chance to pick up a Bryce Harper, you pick him up.
No,
if he wants to sign here and you can sign him here, then
he doesn't.
You do it.
You know he doesn't.
Well, none of us really know anything.
Because the Jays have a great relationship with Scott Boras.
No, yes. Well, we have one of their clients. No, but like, if you have that chance, you take that chance.
Like, we know that Sanchez isn't re-signing here. So we know what Boras has said in the past about the blue fever because the Jays don't sign guys. Yeah. I mean, what do you expect? Like, I think you follow the exact course that you've been doing. You've been following the Cleveland model that you did there, and it's worked. And you rebuild.
How has it worked?
Let's see.
For Cleveland or for us?
For Cleveland.
Okay, fine.
That's what I mean. Like,
it took 10 years of mediocrity to do it,
but you have this.
It's a different market where it doesn't matter. Yeah, but it's a completely different market in Cleveland than it is here.
I don't know. I think it's pretty similar.
Do you see how bad the attendance was when the Jays sucked?
Yeah, but same with Cleveland.
And then how good it was when they were good?
Same in Cleveland. Like,
Cleveland was average when they were good. Like, their attendance wasn't.
I don't know. They had pretty rabid fans. Look, either way,
they were fans when they were bad too. Regardless,
it didn't matter for right? Them. Like, I don't think it's a smart move by going out and signing a guy when your guys around that guy aren't ready.
No, but they will be.
Yeah, but
in the term of his contract,
that's what
they will be.
Puts you in that median role, right?
This year, sure, yeah. You'll be mediocre for this year, and you'll try and push for the wild card, and it won't happen.
But even for the last couple of years, they haven't bottomed out, which I don't think is a good idea. Like, so they haven't bottomed out, which is a bad idea. Like, I think you do bottom out.
This is what. Well, yeah, you should have done it 2 years ago.
Okay, but it doesn't make sense trading a guy like Stroman right now.
Right now, no.
Unless you get value for him.
Yeah.
Like, if you get 2 of the Padres' top 10 prospects, do the deal. Because those are 2 top 100 guys.
Yeah. Do you get... Who do you think has more value, him or Sanchez?
Stroman.
I think Stroman now.
I think Stroman's had it.
I think Sanchez hasn't been healthy.
Sanchez is healthy.
Nail, Stroman's had it.
Yeah. So, what if Sanchez comes back and he pitches the way he should? Because he was better than Stroman when he was healthy. Significantly.
Then you keep him until... How many more years do they have?
Isn't this it?
No, next year. Not this year, but next year, I think.
For Sanchez?
For both. They both have the same...
This is... I could have sworn this is the last one on Stroman, but...
Like, can Sanchez's value get any worse than it is right now?
No.
Like, I don't think so. So, I mean, you ride it out until it gets to a point where teams are going to be interested in him, and then you make that move and say, okay, we got to move on. Because at this point, there's no point in keeping any of these guys. If, like you guys said, your point should be to bottom out now, so that way when the time comes that the Vlads, the Bos are ready, which is probably only going to be a year or within the next year or so, that you'll have at least some guys to play around with these guys. So that way you're not just wasting them.
No, but so what you're saying is you trade them now?
I'd say trade Sanchez, trade Stroman. Like, you've already wasted so much time. You got absolutely nothing for Donaldson compared to what you could have had.
I don't think that you'd be reactionary like that. And just because you don't get something for one guy, I think you try to recoup their value still. I don't blame the Jays for what they did with Donaldson. Because, I mean...
It depends what they do from here on out, because there's a strong chance they fuck that up, too.
That's what I mean. Like,
they've shown nothing right now that it could be like, you know what? Yeah, there's a chance that they do this right, because they haven't.
What was
they've lost value on everyone that they made.
They didn't sign Edwin.
No.
They signed Kendrys to a terrible contract, which, I mean, at that point, you could have justified it because they needed a hitter. And,
yeah, but
I mean,
Edwin signed for the same thing. You just panicked you panicked and signed Kendrys.
No, but you know what I mean. Like, that, no one could have predicted the fall off in the free agent market. No one did.
No, but they still panicked. And that was it was literally like, okay, we can't get Edwin, we need to go right after Kendrys Morales. It's like, why?
Sure. But I think that...
Like, just wait it out. Obviously, everyone else is waiting it out. Wait it out.
Yeah.
Maybe they planned for all along that a quote came out this week that Vlad Sr. said to Vlad Jr. to follow everything that Kendrys Morales does. Because when he was with the Angels and Kendrys was a rookie, he did everything that...
And he had both his legs attached.
He wasn't jumping on home plates. It was before
he decided to. Yeah.
You know, tearing Achilles.
What a tough injury for the guy.
Yeah, it's a tough one. But like, I don't think the move is to trade the guys when they're down. Like, it's not smart asset management. And like you said, who's drawing for the Jays if Stroman, Sanchez, Pilar aren't there?
Stroman's the only one drawing at this point.
Yeah.
Pilar maybe a little bit because there's always a chance.
There's
he does
all those
cool.
little kids that like Kevin Pilar. I'm like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, the whole Superman thing around him is kind of like, it always brings people to the stadium. But
yeah.
Outside of that, you want to go see Freddie Galvis?
I want to see
Devin Travis.
I want to see
Devin Travis in left field.
Devin Travis surprisingly is a name that people like.
I like Devin Travis,
but he's just not healthy ever.
Good. Yeah.
I don't know. Last year Last year I think he just was playing it safe.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, he
goes all out and gets hurt, or he plays like that.
And the thing is, I like Brandon Drury, but like, he's in a literally no-win situation. because everyone's like, Vlad, I want Vlad. Give me Vlad.
Yeah. Yeah. Drury can play all over though, right? Like
that's
he can play
he can play second, third, and left and right field.
Yeah. So
I mean, like that's not a bad guy to have.
He's serviceable on your bench.
Yeah, because
on a winning team,
he can be your Marwin Gonzalez, and he's still not signed, is he?
No. Yeah.
No.
I thought he signed.
No.
Maybe not.
No.
Huh. Yeah.
No.
It's weird. Fuck it. Bring him in.
No.
Winning culture. Why not?
We need a what?
Winning culture.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's won.
Doesn't Kevin Pillar bring that? Jeez. Did you see him today with I'm a natural leader and stuff? I was born a leader. I was like... I'm like, you know who are leaders? Guys that are good. That makes you a natural leader.
Yeah, you can't be a natural leader without actually succeeding at anything.
No. Do we want to rant about the Jays a lot more? Or?
They should sign Nolan Arenado at the end of this year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And play Vlad.
Vlad can just DH. I don't mind. Yeah.
Let him get the Kendrys bod.
Or play first because you're losing Smoke.
That's a guy who I wouldn't have minded to see them trade this offseason. But then again, who needs first baseman?
Nobody.
So I think you bank on Smoke being Smoke, and then at the trade deadline, you flip him to a contender.
Somebody might need a
That's
rental.
what I mean. That makes sense.
Plus, you kind of need some veteran presence around.
And weirdly, could a team actually like take Kendrys? You take all the money back, but could you not get like a C-level prospect for Kendrys at the deadline?
Well, we got rid of Russ.
That's what I mean.
So, I mean, like, we could definitely do it with Kendrys. Yeah. Like, it's not that surprising. It wouldn't be that surprising if you see him.
Now, that's some of it is positional value, but
true. Kendrys brings none of it.
Also, Freddie Galvis, you're gone at the trade deadline.
Yeah, probably.
Because he's an average He's an average shortstop.
Good defensively, though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Someone's gonna want him.
Yeah.
I don't mind
Someone
the
needs defensive replacements for the late innings.
Yeah. I would have liked if DH was free and then you could just have Teoscar DH, so that would be fun.
Yeah.
Or even like I think the fact after this year, what'll be nice is the fact that you'll have a DH spot open so that you could just filter guys through. I like the Jays starters if we had a lineup to match it. The Jays starters in theory are nice.
They're good.
Stroman, Sanchez,
they're
not
great, but they're good.
That's not a bad
Barucki was great last year.
Who's in the minors that are pitchers? Because it was Reed. I like Pannone. Pannone really surprised me.
Yeah, like he had some tough starts, but he had some really good starts.
Yeah, there was that one hitter he had or something. Yeah. He was. I think at worst he's a sick left-hander out of the pen.
Yeah.
Dope.
That's
Reed
fine.
Foley might be a bullpenner. He might be a start. Who knows? I think he rides the shuttle this year. We'll see.
He was the same thing. He was like, there was times when he looked incredible, and there was times where he looked like he didn't even deserve to be here.
Watch that Julian Merriweather kid be a Cy Young winner. The guy we traded for Donaldson, a 27-year-old.
27.
Yeah. Alrighty. What do we have anything else?
Luke Mailey's winning. Luke Mailey's winning a Silver Slugger behind the dish this year.
Yes, sir. J.T Realmuto. Want to talk about?
Oh, I love it. Finally got out.
Yeah.
He's the lone survivor from the purge that was last year or the year before, whenever it was.
And he's the one deal that Miami actually got value for.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's good. He's a catcher.
No, he's sick. But like all the deals that they made, the Yelich deal was shit for them. The Stain trade was garbage for them. Same with the St. Louis trade. Like they had 4 franchise like cornerstones that you can build around, and they didn't get anything for any of them.
How was that team
except
not
for Realmuto? Yeah. Well, when you have your best player die, that's
well, yeah, that does put things off. But I forgot Matt Shoemaker was here.
With the Jays.
Going back a little bit there. Yeah. It's a
value.
You're playing with house money on that one.
Exactly. That's like, what they have to do.
Good, and now he's been injured.
But if you're the Phillies, like catcher's a tough position to give up that much for because relatively I don't know. Like, it's a position where you can decline really quickly. Like, look at Buster Posey. Even Joe Mauer. Russell Martin.
Unless you're Yadi Molina.
Yadi Molina was still good.
Not named Yadi.
Yadi is ridiculous. So giving up those prospects for a guy that plays that position, you better get the best one, and they did. So you give up Sixto Sanchez, who is the top pitching prospect for them. I mean, it's a great get if you're Philly, but now go out and sign Harper, because it makes no sense unless you're waiting for 2020, right? To sign Mike Trout.
Mike Trout, Philly boy or Philly fan.
Could you imagine if they get both?
Trout and Harper?
It's not unrealistic. If they sign Harper and then in 2 years they're like,
that's a much bigger draw. If you're Mike Trout, you're like, okay, well, Bryce is there.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're gonna contend.
Yep.
Their core is still fairly young.
Oh my God, Braden Point is out tonight. Ah!
I know you cut out there. I know what you said.
Oh, Braden Point's out tonight. And then
is Braden Point getting traded?
No.
Yeah. Matthews for Point. Who says no?
He's not injured. He's being scratched tonight because he missed a team meeting earlier today.
But he went out and scored 2 goals in 30 seconds. What the fuck?
Character problems,
hey,
man.
Hey, it's all about team policy.
All right,
you follow
and this is where
Braden
Point. Should we shift to hockey next? Just because we're talking about it. This is where Braden Point will now be like, "Fuck you! I will not take less than Stamkos. You're giving me my money." Right.
What's Stamkos' contract right now?
8.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's.
Did you just say bad, Brand?
Point should be getting
for what he's doing. Bad.
What do you mean?
Stamkos?
Like, he's not. He's good, but he's not 8.5 good.
Stamkos' it has 70 points on the year.
Yeah, he's playing in Tampa Bay where everyone is an all-star.
Okay.
They could have had like 8 all-stars this year. I would probably score 60 points in Tampa Bay this year. Like, put me in front of the net and let me tap in one-timers.
Yeah, you're fucking Ryan Callahan.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not a good thing. Stamkos leads the league in goals since December. He has like 20 something in a month and a bit.
Meh.
You're not. I think that at 8 million, Stamkos is a steal.
Okay.
No.
I don't think so.
You guys want to talk? All right. There's
I
a couple
talk about
teams
the
on
entire
fire.
Western Conference because it's ridiculous.
Well, the Flyers are in the East, but sure.
Yeah, but the rest of the Western Conference, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like the Blackhawks won what? Is it 9 of their last 10? I think it is now.
I don't know, but Patrick Kane is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Patrick Kane's been on fire.
18
but
game
Chicago's
point streak.
Still in last in the Central.
Stupid. I'll pull them up here. They're sitting at. They won 8-7 last night.
Yeah.
Stupid.
That was a crazy game. What the hell?
It was nuts.
Stupid.
DeBrincat got a hattie. Kane extended his point streak.
Yeah, he had a goal and 2 assists.
And Cam Ward was oblivious to all of it.
How ridiculous is it that I have the 1 and 2 in fantasy? How you like that, Brant?
You have 1?
Kucherov?
Isn't McKinnon still 1? When did he fall that far?
And Kucherov has a huge lead now.
Jesus.
And then 2 is Patrick Kane.
Huh.
Season total.
Yeah.
368 for Kucherov. 351. He's got a 17-point lead. And then...
Isn't Kucherov already at 90 points?
He's at 99.
99.
Already?
He came into the day with 94.
Yeah, he got 5
he's
points
at 99
last night.
after last night.
Oh,
he had 5 points last night. So he's going to...
How many games into the season are they?
60. He just played his 60th game. He's at 99 points.
He's got 22 games.
He's on pace for 130 something. First time since like 1996, maybe.
Yeah, there's some ridiculous stat where I think it mentioned
and he's making nothing.
Well, this year, next year it's still
he's
nothing.
Making nothing next year. Making what
8.9?
No tax. I think it is
9 point something.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Stupid.
It should not be allowed. The fact that you can it's cap manipulation. Why isn't the PA upset about it? They should literally grieve that the fact that
because they make
that they're making less.
The owner should be upset about it, man. Like if I'm an owner of like
everyone except for Tampa Bay should be upset.
Yeah, there's a couple other states that don't, but
Nashville, Dallas.
There's like 3 teams that should be happy with this, and the other ones, the rest of them should be pissed.
Yep. Absolutely.
But apart from those wagons, St. Louis is now in third in the Central. They're third in the Central.
Playing. I don't know how, but they somehow learned how to play hockey.
They're significantly up there too. They're 4 points ahead of Dallas.
Yeah. Like this was a team that a couple podcasts ago we were saying, let's go after. I said, let's go after Pietrangelo, let's go after Parayko, let's go after.
I mean, they could still trade them, but you're
goes.
Right.
There's no point.
Like this was a team that it's contend. Like they have no direction in the near future if this is the core that they're going with, and it's like all of a sudden, like a month later, and they're in what is it now? Second in the Central or third?
They've won 10 games straight.
I thought it was
and they haven't let in a goal in the last 3. They're on 3 straight shutouts going against Toronto tonight. That's crazy.
I wanted to pick up Binnington, but I just don't believe in it.
I did it in my pool.
Brant, go for it.
I should probably do it.
Yeah.
I'll drop what's his name there? Not Tuukka Rask, fucking Halak.
Yeah.
Halak.
Who would I drop theoretically? I can't drop Dubnyk for him. I'm playing him tonight against Anaheim. Should I start Bobrovsky against Montreal?
Don't even bother. I'm gonna pick him up for fun.
You have somebody playing against Anaheim. You should never bet against.
Obviously, but Hellebuck's not playing tonight, so do I start Bobrovsky or just sit them?
Not?
I'm at the starts limit.
Oh no, he's not playing tonight.
Goalies, I'm at 0.
Are you?
Yeah, so I'm not under or over. Do the Blue Jackets win in Montreal?
Yes.
Yeah?
Montreal sucks. Montreal's a pretender, but...
Think so?
I think so.
Columbus is on a back-to-back.
Yeah.
And they just got spanked last night.
Yep, by my Tampa Bay Lightning.
They're my Tampa Bay Lightning.
They're not my Tampa Bay Lightning, I'll tell you that much. I fucking hate that team.
They're great. Nikita Kucherov is my guy.
Yeah, of course.
I've had Nikita Kucherov since 2015, 2016. I'm claiming ownership right now on this podcast. I've ridden him in my keeper pool for the last 4 years.
So the Blackhawks and Blues are good. The Flyers are also good.
Carter Hart
is Carter Hart pulling himself into the Calder conversation?
So what I said, I don't know if I said it to you or on the podcast, was that if Carter Hart gets the Flyers into the playoffs, he's the Calder winner. Period. End of story.
Oh, I don't know about end of story, dude.
Nope.
No.
Like,
they're gonna give it to Pedersen. What's stopping anybody?
What's
stopping Pedersen from winning it?
Stupidly better than any other rookie in the league.
Not if Carter Hart gets into the playoff.
Elias Pettersson right now has 54 points in 49 games and is a plus 15 on a Vancouver team that wasn't supposed to be good this year.
26 goals, 28 assists on Vancouver, playing with Besser and Levo, is it not?
Fucking Josh Levo runs that line. What do you guys mean? Okay, but Carter Hart has a .924 save percentage and a .253 GA.
Okay. But like Philly was expected to be good, and they're squeaking in.
Okay, but
Vancouver was expected to be Jack Hughes contenders.
He saved that team.
Vancouver was expected to be a Jack Hughes contender, and now they are 1 point out of a playoff spot.
Yeah, they should. With the amount of bad contracts they have on their team, they should compete.
For Jack Hughes. not for anything else.
For Hughes, baby.
If I told you going into this year that Carter Hart would have better numbers than Sergei Bobrovsky, Devin Dubnyk, and Connor Hellebuyck, what would you say?
I would say hell yeah, because he's a stud.
No, you wouldn't. You said, yeah, he went back to junior somehow.
I'd say it'd be surprising just because Philly, aside from Carter Hart, absolutely sucks.
Yeah, Claude Giroux's fine. He's not having an incredible season.
Yeah.
He hasn't even got to 20 goals yet. Wayne Simmons is on the way out. Like that, do you think that Philly winning prevents them from trading guys like Simmons, Gudas?
I don't know. Like they just traded for
Stolers
for Talbot.
Talbot,
they just traded for Talbot. Like I always seen Philly as the biggest like sidestep organization in the NHL because you never really know what they're doing. Like they won the lottery by moving up and getting Nolan Patrick in the 2017 draft, and it's okay,
disappointment.
Well, they still won the lottery. Exactly. They had no business being that high up, but I mean, it's like okay, now they have a guy that they could work around in the foreseeable future. Even though he hasn't turned out to be what other second overall picks have been, but I mean, just in general, like they've never taken that next step into being like a top tier team.
In that year that they got him,
because their defense remains the same.
Projected to be like 8th or something, and they won a lottery somehow to get.
Was it that? That was a weird year. Like they all kind of did.
They all moved up. Like
like Dallas moved up too. They got Heiskanen.
Yeah. I don't think New Jersey was supposed to be that high either.
We could redo that draft because that draft is
bad.
No. No.
Bad. Starts bad.
It shouldn't have been bad if teams drafted right.
Yeah.
Because Pedersen goes first in that draft.
that bad. Yeah, obviously
But I thought he's not winning
going to go first
Calder.
anymore.
All right, shut your mouth.
How could he go first overall and not win the Calder?
Ruh-roh.
How'd that go?
It's called Rasmus Dahlin this year.
Rasmus?
Yeah.
And
that sucks. He's a D-man, though, right? Like, you got to really impress if
he sure last year.
As a D-man. Sucked. He sucked.
Pedersen goes 1. Does Heiskanen go 2? Yeah.
What
I don't know. I like Heischer.
Yeah. Who would you say would go first? Sorry, second. I think it's Heiskanen.
Yeah, he sure is not Heiskanen. That's for damn sure.
Nope.
Well, it depends. If it's Philly that's drafting, then yeah, they're gonna take Heiskanen because they've always sucked defensively.
They've sucked. Period. Owen Tippett's in that draft.
Yeah, but Owen Tippett's not good.
He's got a cannon on him.
Yeah, so why isn't he in the NHL?
Because it's been like 2 years, not
2
even.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. Cale Makar's in that draft. Cale Makar looks sick.
Cale Makar stays, I think, the same roughly. It's not a great draft just because these guys haven't played.
Not that good
because they haven't played yet. Compared to that Matthews draft, I think will go down as one of the best. Also, obviously, the McDavid draft, as we've done. Like, the Matthews draft is ridiculous. Matthews, Laine, Dubois.
We could have this conversation next year when all of those guys are going to end up in the NHL. Like, all the ones from the 2017?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a little tidbit I'll share with everybody. Here it is.
Better be good.
So I'm going to name to you however many players they drafted that year, and we'll see in a couple years down the road how many of them actually make it. So Cal Foote, Alexander Volkov, Alexei Lipanov, Nicholas Perbix, Cole Gutman, and Samuel Walker are the 6 draft picks of the Tampa Bay Lightning. I wonder how many of them will make it onto the team and be like impact players like Cirelli and like Matthew Joseph.
None of those names are very good.
Because
except for Callan Foote. Even Callan Foote's overrated.
Yeah.
So
I bet you still like half of those make it onto the team.
For a team that drafted
some way,
for
somehow. Like 2 or 3 of them.
That's not very good.
Oh, we should really redo 2016 when we have a chance. Because Carter Hart's in there also.
What going to the Leafs a little bit.
Austin
Matthews the face of Toronto sports?
Yeah.
Is there any argument against
it?
No. Aren't you the Raptors fan in the group? No. You can't even say.
No, Kawhi doesn't talk.
Fair.
DeMar could have been an argument. I would have made the argument for Jovinko. I mean, it's not a debate anymore. He's the only one that's
won championships here.
Okay, but that doesn't mean you're the face.
I don't think it's a debate anymore. Because the Leafs now have the city by
the balls.
And basically you can't not talk Matthews if you're talking Toronto sports now, because they're the team that's doing the best aside from the Raptors, and they just moved on from their franchise guy. Yeah, it's got to be Matthews.
You can't talk
aside from the Raptors, who have been one of the top teams in the NBA for the past 6
But they
years.
just moved on from DeRozan, so how can you just automatically say, yeah, Leonard's our guy now?
It's not even that.
I think it'll take some time.
Kawhi isn't personable, and you can't relate to him.
Yeah, he's just
and
weird.
He doesn't talk. Yeah. So he is really Toronto.
He laughs.
No, I don't think it's an argument at all. Because Leafs drive the market. Period.
What about Ricky Ray?
I thought James Wilder Jr. was more of the guy. Or, insert curling name here.
Who's the Glenn Howard?
Sure.
They're not even from Toronto. Sure. There's no Toronto curling people.
Guys, the Scotty. Are we going to talk about the Scotties?
Who's winning?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, man.
We can get some in-depth coverage.
Yeah, none of them won a game. I saw that.
Is the Scotties the women's?
I don't know.
It's the women's. Yeah, okay.
Sure.
Doesn't even.
It's a great name. It's a great name.
Tournament of Hearts.
It's a great.
Oh, it has started. Oh, it is. It is deep into it.
Yeah.
Chelsea carries 5-0.
All right, let's talk about trade packages.
Yes.
So Duchesne and Stone are likely to be traded, right? What the hell are they going to get for him?
Before we start, when is the trade deadline? Is it the
Monday?
It's this upcoming Monday.
Yeah, I'm working that.
Oh yeah.
Let's go. It'll be sick.
I'm sleeping through it. What time's the actual deadline?
3.
3?
Yeah, I'm sleeping through it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'll wake up and see what happened.
All right.
Done deal.
So
Duchesne.
Yeah.
If I'm Winnipeg, it's tough because I'm not giving up as much because he's solely a rental, right?
Yep.
Who? Duchesne?
Yeah. You can't afford to.
They need rentals. They can't really.
No.
Yeah.
Doesn't he want $8 million?
No.
Isn't that what Ottawa was going to give him?
Which, I mean, wouldn't you rather trade a guy like Brian Little in the offseason and try to find $3 extra million to pay Matt Duchesne?
Where are you going to find that extra million?
Which, exactly, because you've got to play Line A and Kyle Connor this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, but...
And he's been playing light.
So what the trade package was apparently was Sammy Niku or Jack Roslovich and a first Duchesne.
The first has been said so much that it's number 4 or 5
on the trade bait
TSN trade bait list.
But then I'm hilarious. Like, that's not enough. Give me both of them
as a rental.
But that's not my problem.
That's my problem if I'm Winnipeg.
Sure, but
Sammy Niku's one of the only future guys you have. Like their team is not young, man. Like Scheifele's only 25. That's great. Wheeler's 32.
Kyle Connor.
Little's 31. Perot is 31.
I mean, the team is relatively
those guys are
young.
Those guys are the guys
Morrissey.
that you don't keep. Like, they have a good young core.
Like
all of them are signed until at least 21, 22.
But look at
Morrissey,
which is stupid.
Connor,
yeah,
Line A.
Yep.
Hellebuck's relatively young. He's what?
Did you say
23?
Morrissey and Trouba?
I said Morrissey, not Trouba, but Trouba's another one. Like they had a pretty young core considering.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
Like obviously Wheeler and Byfuglien are.
You have Byfuglien signed until 21, 22.
Which is why their cup window was
33.
basically the next 2 years.
They get this. they got to be all in, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you.
So go all in and get Duchesne.
Futures for that.
You meet my price. Like, if you're Columbus, what's the deal? First,
I don't think Columbus is buying. You can't be buying.
Apparently, they want him.
You can't.
Oh, are you crazy?
Okay.
Unless you're really trying to like blow it up at the end of this year, you can't be buying.
So the three teams that are involved is Winnipeg, Columbus, and Nashville.
Nashville makes a lot of sense.
Nashville makes no sense.
This is for
Their
Duchesne.
center depth is I get it, but
because not Bonino is your fourth line center, great.
Mm-hmm.
But even that, you're paying him what, like $4 million?
Yeah,
Bonino,
and they're paying
a lot
of Tourist $8. Would why the hell wouldn't you get that money and then pay Duchesne that? Because you can't move Tourist now because that's immovable.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's give him to Ottawa. He'll be done enough.
Yo,
just fully swing him back around.
Holy shit! What if that happened? It's not impossible.
No, Ottawa would do it. Their cap space is okay, isn't it? No.
Ottawa?
Yeah. I don't think it's pretty. Come to think of it.
They're projected.
Oh no, they're projected at $7 million.
Let's just put it this way: Bobby Ryan's on a very bad contract.
Yeah. Are they going to try and package him in with everyone this year again?
I would.
Fucking give me.
Man, if you're a team like Calgary is also in it for Mark Stone. How stupid do you look right now? Because you just signed James Neal to a huge ticket.
Yeah.
And if you trade for Mark Stone, you're probably not going to have the money for him.
They're different players, though.
Are they?
Yeah, Mark Stone's more defensively aware.
Like
James
Stone
Neal's
is unreal at turning the puck over and then creating odd man rushes. Like I don't know if there's a better player in the league than Stone at that.
Yeah, he's ridiculous defensively. James Neal is not. He's a goal scorer. Always has been.
And he hasn't been scoring at all this year.
No.
Yeah.
He's had a really bad year, and you could have foreseen it. He's old. And he was okay last year in
And he signed
Vegas.
he signed a 5-year deal?
Yeah, it was dumb. Dumb deal. I don't get that one at all.
Yeah.
And I like Calgary, but what are you doing?
I think Dzingel should be the rental. If anyone's looking to pick up
I wonder what he gets. Does he get a first?
No.
He maybe, but doubtful.
Who would want Dzingel? Dzingleberry.
Isn't Winnipeg in on him too?
Okay, so this is the deal. Duchesne and Dzingel.
Yeah.
For Rosovich, Nico, and a first.
Okay.
Would you do that?
Would I do that? Maybe. Would Pierre Dorion do that?
I mean, look.
Who knows?
I think that's literally a no-lose situation for both teams.
We're a team.
For Ottawa, I said for their team.
We're a team.
I never said we're.
We're a team.
They'll be an organization after. They won't even be a team.
We're a group.
Yeah. We're plurs. We're plurs. We're a bunch of plurs.
We got a bunch of plurs.
Yeah. Look, Mark Stone's unreal, but where does he go? I think Stone is the guy that you keep.
Well, that's what they're thinking.
I think that's what should happen.
You think he comes back?
You give him 10 by...
If you don't get him re-signed?
I saw that it was 10.5 by 5 was apparently an offer.
Would you want to play for this team?
No, but...
No. So get rid of him.
I've been to Ottawa. I've been to Ottawa Stadium. It's in the middle of nowhere. It is not fun.
No.
Well, Breton Flats, though.
Yeah, that's been rumors for 2 years now?
Yep.
Let him go. Trade him. Get some value for him because he ain't coming back. If he was going to resign, he would have resigned already.
Yeah.
Why not test the free agent market if you're Mark Stone? See what it is. You look at Matthews is getting 11. Other guys are getting similar numbers. Why not test it?
I could see Mark Stone getting close to 10, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, I mean, yeah, it's a sensible option for him.
I'm a huge Mark Stone guy. I think he's ridiculous. Like,
yeah, good offensively, good defensively. Like, he's the complete.
He's
player.
not going to be bad.
No.
Like, look at how good he produces on an Ottawa team that's absolutely garbage.
It's unreal.
He's a point per game player on the worst team in the league.
Colin White is sick. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Magnus Paiarvi is carrying that team.
That's right.
They're unreal. What do you mean?
Your boy Steven Stamkos already has a point tonight.
Fuck him.
Do they? Oh my gosh, it started. I didn't even look.
What?
Did Kucherov hit 100 though was the question.
No. Palat and Sergachev. Sergachev scored the goal.
Sergachev
has 2 tucks in the last 2 nights.
Who wins the Hart Trophy this year?
Ooh, Kuch.
Nikita Kucherov of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
You don't think the fact that he plays with the Eastern Conference All-Star team helps him out or no?
Who?
Kucherov.
What do you mean?
Like, his whole team is All-Stars. You're going to say
he made
I
Braden
thought you said
Point
he
an
didn't
all-star.
make it. I was like, what?
No, the fact that
Braden
he plays
Point
with
is an
the
all-star
All-Star
because
team.
of him. Steven Stamkos' career was changed because Kucherov learned how to play hockey the year that Stamkos only played 17 games.
Yep.
I don't know, man.
Hedman came into his own that same year, and Tyler Johnson's just the 4th guy on that all-star line known as the PP1 on Tampa.
You're going to tell me he's the most valuable to his team across the league?
Yeah, when you score 130
that's
points this
Across
year.
the league? No.
When you score 130 points this year, yeah.
Okay, but you gotta factor in the fact that they have a ridiculous lineup around him.
Update.
So who do you think wins it? McKinnon?
No,
No.
McKinnon, no. He
Patrick
lost
Kane?
it like a month ago.
Patrick Kane right now.
Maybe Kane.
That's
or,
the thing, though. It's
Johnny
there's a
Gaudreau.
difference. It's not who's most valuable to their team. Like, that's what it should be. But like, they always award it to just the best player in the league.
It's
based
already
on
2-0
numbers.
No,
Tampa.
they don't.
Yeah,
no,
Alex
they don't.
Killorn
Last year
just
they gave it to
scored.
Taylor Hall.
But that's because they made the playoffs and they actually made something of that season. And
Yeah,
he
but
won
he
it
wasn't the best player
rightfully
in the
so.
league. He was the most valuable to his team. That was
Yeah.
the one year where they actually
If
they're starting to figure it out.
if that was the standard for which the trophy should be given out, Carey Price should be winning it every year.
No.
No,
How?
no. He's been horrible.
Shea
for 3
Weber.
years.
I would argue Shea
2
Weber
years.
is more of a.
No, but for
Is
like the
more
last
valuable.
four,
No,
I'm
Price
saying
has
like the
been very
last
valuable
4
this year.
years, Carey
Oh, okay.
Price, or like the last 3 years.
Last
like
year,
from-
Price didn't deserve it. He was one of the worst.
No,
in
I
the
know,
league.
but like
The year
from,
before
like,
he wasn't healthy.
2015 to like 2017, he should have won all 3 then by that standard.
Yeah, well, I believe that. But
Right?
No,
And now
no,
this-
no,
and
no,
now-
no,
and
no,
now
no.
McDavid should
No,
be winning
no,
it
no.
every
You
year.
guys are
then.
all wrong. You know who should? It's most valuable to their team, right?
McDavid's the most valuable.
Well,
to his team
before
because
this
without
guy
him, they
got to
suck.
this team, they were garbage. Until Josh Levo got to Vancouver.
actually, they were in a playoff spot when they got Levo. But
Oh, and now they're not.
yeah,
Shoot.
no. If Edmonton makes it to the playoffs this year, it should be McDavid's award
They're not.
because that
They're
team
not gonna
is a
make the
dumpster fire, and they are still not that far out of it.
They're 7 points out, but they're last.
That's not that
They're
bad. Yeah.
But they're second last.
It
in
looks
their-
bad if you look at the standings, but like they're not that far out of it. And if he can find a way to carry that team to a playoff spot, that guy should be the Hart Trophy winner. Which is rare coming out of my mouth because I really don't like him.
Mark Stone should be in
Same.
the conversation.
They suck.
That's what I'm saying. That's that bad.
I still think that if Kuch hits 130, it still warrants him to win it without there being
I
any
agree.
discussion
I'm
of
with
him
Mora.
saying
Right now,
no,
I
you
have
can't give it to
Kuch
him.
1.
He's
Kane
the hands down
2.
Ted Lindsay. I'll give him that.
No, he should win all 3 then. He should win.
No.
Yeah, I'm saying give him all
No.
3. The Art Ross, he'd win automatically,
Lindsay?
but then
He
the
gets- Ted
voted
Lindsay's
by the
most
players.
outstanding player. So it's basically
Dude,
like
what
the best
fuck
player
are
in the
these
league.
awards? These
Ted
are
Lindsay is
jokes.
Ted Lindsay is like the best player.
Voted by the
Hart,
players.
The Hart is like for the most valuable to their team, and then the Art Ross is obviously just the highest scoring.
So, I think it could be the exact. I think it could be, Kuch wins the Hart. McDavid wins the Art Ross.
No.
No. Art Ross?
Art Ross is most points.
You
Sorry,
think he's going to
I meant-
outscore Kucherov?
Sorry, I meant the fucking most the.
Most-
Ted
what
Lindsay?
was the other one?
Lindsay,
The
yeah.
Ted
Most
Lindsay.
outstanding?
That's what I mean. Voted by the players. I think that's more likely.
That's true because it is voted by
Or
the
is that
players.
the Lester B. Pearson one?
Huh?
Isn't that one?
I don't know. They have like so many different awards.
The
now
NHL awards is nuts. Can we not just name the awards what they are?
No, that's no fun.
No, you have to fucking look up each award and be like, oh, what's the Lindsay? What's the Rocket Richard? Even though most goals, but still.
Yeah, come on. True hockey fans.
No, but either way.
True hockey fans know. All the good Canadian really kids know the awards.
Yeah, I give a shit about awards. Because at least don't win any.
Who wins the Don Cherry Award for the whiniest? Can we talk about that? Because we just kind of brushed on it.
Donald?
How do you feel about that take?
Oh, man. He just goes on rants sometimes. And
how did it take this long?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They've done it all year. But
like, did someone just show him like an Instagram video and he was just like, "What? This is ridiculous."
Yeah.
They're a bunch of jerks as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Do you agree?
What?
Do you agree with Don Cherry?
I think it's a little ridiculous.
Because I've seen both sides of it.
Shit. Like, what does it matter?
I think it's fun.
I think he's on to something, but like the way he delivered it was like completely absurd. Like there's one way of saying, yeah, I don't agree with what they did. It's the NHL. Not many other teams do that. I get it's unique and all, but like, try and stay professional. There's the other team.
Say that it doesn't look professional.
Fun, man.
But that's just his character. But I feel like, that's just his character coming through. Like, I know it all. Like, I'm Don Cherry.
He does seem to say that a lot nowadays, eh? Let's see. Him and, Berg seem to have the same, like, I know more because I've been around the game.
Yeah, because
like, Berg's been around the old game.
Berg's going to replace Don.
I hope not.
No,
100%.
No, put Biz in there. Just have some fun.
Put PK and Biz in a fucking room and just let them go.
Yeah. Just like they need to wean out the old people of the game.
I talked about this with someone at work, that the fact that PK is going to be so good on TV, even though he's because he's the only hockey guy that talks, like that's a good player.
He did his own TV special.
Yeah, his own like stand up late night. But the fact that he's the only guy that TSN Sportsnet could hire. Yeah, that's relevant still.
Yeah,
and like after their career, that was good and new.
But it'd be really cool if Nashville didn't make the playoffs. Because it'd be cool if Nashville never made the playoffs, because then he could bring PK in to do the playoff coverage.
Absolutely. But the fact that some NBC is going to hire him or something in the States, and we'll lose that just because no one will pay him for some reason, it's going to suck. Because he's so fun. That's my.
He's a character, man. He's great for the game. People want to
But
hear him.
I think that's the problem. The fact that like more guys aren't like him is the fact why Don Cherry can be the way he is, because of this hockey culture that's ingrained in kids since they were young. That the fact that suits on, suits off, like that shit is bogus. The fact that you're making.
I hate that he looks at he watches people walk in with suits. I'm like, I don't care, man. They can come in a fucking hoodie and track pants for all I care.
Yeah, what does
as long as they show up on the ice, I do not give a shit how they show up.
Then it just perpetuates a stereotype of buttoned up hockey players that just don't say anything.
Suck. Yeah.
All right, Don Cherry, retire. I was gonna say something much worse.
Oh.
Yeah. Kareem Hunt signed with the Cleveland Browns.
The Browns are fun. I don't really want to get too deep into it, but it's a good signing. It's a good football signing.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's a phenomenal move.
If this was player A, good football signing.
Yep.
Person-wise, yeah.
Didn't it happen in Cleveland?
Suspended. Did it? I don't know.
I swear. I can look it up, let's look it up. I really think it was in Cleveland because he's from Ohio.
It might have been in Ohio for sure. I kind of remember that. But, like, if he doesn't get suspended, it's just going to be fucking stupid.
No, he is.
Is he, though?
Which, I mean, you can argue that he was already suspended in a way.
He was released. He wasn't suspended.
Cleveland.
It was in Cleveland, eh? Jesus.
He returns to the scene of the crime. How has no one ever said this yet? I haven't heard anyone say
It kind of got brushed under the rug.
Yeah, it was like a story for like a. Was it even a story for a day?
No, not really. Like I saw it on Twitter and I'm like, oh, and then I never really heard anything about it.
That's crazy.
You'd think it'd be a bigger deal, but maybe they're trying to keep it quiet because it's like, yeah, this is not good.
Which is the smart thing to do, but
yeah, especially if you're the NFL and you have a lot of other things to figure out. Because Kaepernick's suit got settled.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
So basically, this is the first time the NFL's ever lost.
Yeah.
Because you think of all the guys that have tried to sue them, right?
Mm-hmm. Aren't they still
Adrian Peterson, Tom Brady.
CTE?
Where's the list? Oh, stall, guys. Okay, never mind. Yeah, Ray Rice. Like, this is the first time where they've actually conceded defeat. And I think that it's partially because they didn't want information getting out that would paint them in a bad light, which makes sense. But also, I think this is huge for both sides. The fact that the NFL admitted defeat and Kaepernick won.
Yeah. The tweet you sent me was like, there was a response to it and it was like, this isn't we're trying to pay you off money. This is like, we're gonna lose and here you go, take our money type of thing.
Exactly. Like, this is damage control.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. It's huge for.
He's still not gonna play in the NFL, but hey.
Which apparently there I don't know if there was. Some people are saying there was, but there was language in the contract that it was you don't play in the NFL again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently.
Wow.
That's what that there was some separation clause.
At this
something.
point, do you really think he has a spot anywhere?
So what I was talking to my dad and I was like, the move for Kaepernick is to not play football ever again. Because leave on top, leave your legacy, quote unquote.
Leave the mystery too. Like, maybe you're not good enough, but don't let anyone know
and also
that.
like it justifies your case even more.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
And go do what you've been doing. You know, be an activist. And
he's great for the whole Black rights movement type of deal.
Yeah,
like you can't really beat that. Like he's a face of it, and he's got a whole lot of people.
He stood
on
up
his side.
and won.
Yeah. Well,
which is
he's winning. I wouldn't say he's won yet.
He won.
He hasn't really
won in the battles.
Yeah, he's won a battle along the way. He hasn't won the war, but he won the battle.
Yeah. Which it's a battle that, I mean, that's gonna go on for a long time because it's been going on for a long time. But
it'll go on long after he's gone.
Yeah.
So
because that's just people.
Yep. Donald Trump is the president.
Yeah.
I think that says enough.
Yeah, I was watching some of Pete Davidson stuff, and like, he's pretty funny, and he was like, "Man, Donald Trump, like this was when he was running. He's like, Donald Trump, like, when I saw he was running, this was like funny, but like it's not funny anymore that he's winning." And I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. It was funny when it first came out, and it's just like, oh shit,
I was
guy
like,
might actually be the president.
I was rooting for like chaos to happen.
Yeah. I'm like, I'd like to see him have a shot.
I don't wish it to happen.
No. Yeah. What a country.
All right, politics.
God bless America.
Do you really want to talk UFC?
I don't want to talk a lot. I just kind of wanted to give Anderson Silva a bit of a shout out because like that fight was a whole lot of fun. Like it wasn't a great fight itself, but like
I watched the third round only. So.
He fought. This was like 2 weeks ago now. He fought Israel Adesanya, and it is literally like watching. It's like Anderson Silva fight Anderson Silva.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
They both do the same antics and like the dodging and like letting themselves get hit, and it's absolutely hilarious. There was a time where Silva
and the mutual
just stood
respect
there.
between them was really cool.
It was incredible. It was a lot of fun to see, and it could potentially be one of Silva's last fights. So to see him go off on one of those, it was kind of you kind of. I've never liked the guy.
The fact that he didn't get knocked out or like it wasn't a complete like.
Yeah.
Ass kicking of him.
No.
Like,
yeah.
like you never want to see your heroes be mortal.
Mm-hmm.
You know
it was
I mean?
he literally put his hands down and just let him hit him. It was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fun fight to watch, and I don't know. I think it's a good thing to go out on for him. Like, it was a fun battle. Leave it at that, and enjoy your career that once was great.
Yeah. Francis Ngannou. Jeez, you see that?
No.
It was 26 seconds.
Yeah, I heard about it. I didn't see it yet.
Apparently,
the finish was disgusting. Like, you just kneed him in the head or something.
So no, it was. So the other guy's knee apparently buckled, and Ngannou hit him with an uppercut at the same time or something. Oh. So Ngannou says that the uppercut is what got him, but then the other guy's like, "No, my knee was messed up. That's why I went down." And then he just starts wailing on him, and then they call the fight, obviously.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a fast finish.
Yeah, I saw 26 seconds. I'm like, ugh. Yeah. Somebody paid $100 for that.
Yeah. No. Because it was on
pay-per-views. Was it not?
ESPN.
Okay.
Which is why I think it's so much better now that it's on ESPN, because you don't pay that much money for a fight that lasts that long, even though it's a great moment. But all right, the Naba.
The Naba.
Yeah.
The Raptors in the Naba.
Sure. And you guys watch the All-Star game weekend?
Not too much of it.
I watched some highlights, and I just saw guys standing there while people ran by them and dunked on them. I'm like, this is a stupid
the All-Star game was, I watched it all. I didn't even watch Saturday night. I just went to sleep. I was tired from work.
Saturday the skills, or was it the game?
Saturday was the skills.
The Saturday night, yeah. Because hungover from the night before, started work at 8, got home, slept.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a brutal night.
Steph lost the 3-point shootout.
Steph was garbage this weekend. So he was good in the first round of the 3-point and then lost in the final, but he was garbage in the All-Star game. He shot 30% or something, 33%. Russell Westbrook.
He did have that sick alley-oop pass to Giannis. That was unreal.
That was cool.
Yeah.
But it was Westbrook, oh my God, Westbrick. He shot, I want to say 7 of 18.
Ooh. Yeah, but that's that's normal for him, though. He's not a high
but what I mean
shooter.
is, why are you taking that many shots in an All-Star game and you're bricking them all?
Why are you missing that many shots?
Giannis took 18 shots, but he hit 14 of 18.
He is a god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Enough about the All-Star game because it sucks.
It sucks. Nobody cares about it.
No. All the All-Star games suck. Should we rank them quickly? I think baseball's 1.
Yeah. I don't think that's
because
debatable,
it's a game.
There's no contact and it's an actual, it's game style.
I think basketball's actually 2.
I think basketball and hockey are tied. It's the same compete level, and it's kind of...
See, the reason why I say no is because hockey's just it's not even real hockey because it's 3-on-3.
No, but it's still entertaining. Entertainment wise, it's it's better. It's the same as the NBA. They both suck.
You know what was better than all of it? The All-Star draft was better.
I didn't even see it.
For the NBA because so LeBron wanted to make a trade to get Ben Simmons on his team, and he would trade Westbrook to the other team so that Embiid and Westbrook could be on the same team. Okay. Because Giannis wanted that because they hate each other.
Okay.
And then they're asking Charles and the panel about, should this be allowed? And Charles is like, why don't you trade your whole bench to the team? And I was like, oh fuck.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Outside of the All-Star
football's
game,
the worst. Football's the worst.
Yeah, that's not even close.
All right. So since our last podcast, it's been a minute.
The Raps have traded their entire bench and got back an entire new bench, and it is wild.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
and it's not gonna make
how many guys off their bench did they
difference.
realistically trade?
Just 4, I think, wasn't it?
Well, I mean 3 that play.
Delon, JV. Greg Monroe never played.
He's played recently, but yeah.
Who's the other one? They traded one other guy, so I think it was 4.
So 4 guys.
But a lot of it was just for compensation money and just having open roster spots for the sake of filling in with buyout players. which they ended up doing because Jeremy Lin is on board.
Jeremy Lin, yeah. There was one more, right? They filled Jeremy Lin and somebody that's hurt. Ameer walked away at the wrong time.
I know Machado is playing, but I think they had him prior. Raptors
it was like around the deadline. Either way, I don't think any of these moves matter.
Hold on.
Oh, perfect timing, pal. Sit back down. Who else did the Raps bring in? It was Jeremy Lin, Pat McCaw.
So at the deadline, they brought in Gasol, Lin. They re-signed Malcolm Miller.
Yeah, that's
Boucher. They converted from a G League two-way contract to an NBA contract, and that's it.
Wasn't there someone that's hurt right now? You sent it to me and then said, like, oh, they should sign him. And they ended up
Markieff Morris. They didn't know him, though.
Oh, no, he ended up
with
I thought he signed
Oklahoma City.
I thought they signed. Okay.
No.
All right.
Yeah, so, like, I think it's a move that the Raptors have to make because it changes everything. Like, Marc Gasol not only is a better player than JV, he makes all your other guys better because he's the second best assisting big man in the league other than Nikola Jokic.
Who's on a whole nother level.
But yeah. So, but the fact that he can shoot threes like with more confidence than JV, like he'll just throw it up, and I'm like, awesome. And he's more of a creator. Like, you needed some extra ball movement so that it could free Lowry up a bit. I'm just concerned about like what the lineups happen. Like, I want to see Gasol start and Ibaka come off the bench, because I think you're losing on an asset if you don't start him for most games. Like, you're gonna match up obviously, but I think you have to be smart with it. Like, early on, I think you should play him more often because you're trying to ingratiate him to the team.
Yeah.
And the best way is to play him. The Raptors are signing Jody Meeks to a 10-day contract, tweeted Woj 10 minutes ago. Or 6 minutes ago.
Yes. That'll help us beat the Warriors.
Jody Meeks can shoot threes. I swear he had like issue in the offseason, like a DUI or something. So he got released or something. But yeah, like, that's not a bad guy to pick up. Who can...
None of this really matters in the grand scheme of things. I feel like they were already one of the favorites to win the East, and it's just like you're going to go and get your ass beat anyway.
Well, I think you have to match Milwaukee, right?
Sure.
So Jody Meeks, I mean, last year he shot 34% from three, but for the last 2 years before, he's a 40% three-point shooter. So, I mean, I like that as a two-guard coming off the bench, just shooting threes.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. But, I mean, okay, so you have to keep pace, and they did in a way with the Bucks improving, getting Nikola Mirotic, like, as another guy that can shoot around Giannis. You have to compliment, Lowry and
Kawhi.
Yeah.
Kawhi.
So
did he end up missing the game before the All-Star break?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck that. What? I got
why playing the All-Star,
but it's fucking stupid.
But I mean, like, how many games was in between? How many days? 3? Could you not say that he felt better 3 days later? Obviously,
sure.
Like,
but why risk it? It's the All-Star game. We've already said it doesn't matter.
You know why you risk it because it brings a level of notoriety, and he was also debuting new shoes.
Yeah, he did have he had the shirt too. Did you see
See the dancing videos?
Danny Green. Do you see Danny Green interviewing Kawhi?
With the hoodie? Yeah, but he's had that.
When he was talking, but he's just like, I wore it out here, and it's going to be released soon.
Yeah.
It's like, it's one of those things, you're branding yourself at that point.
Of course I saw it. I put it on our website. Look, you make these moves so that Kawhi stays, right? You have to show him that you're gonna make moves, right? I think there's a 25% chance he stays, which is better than I think we originally thought. So,
but it's cold. Bring a jacket.
Yeah, I love that.
That was funny. Good city, good food. Bring a jacket.
That was my title.
Yeah.
Get that tattooed on myself if he stays.
You're naming your... Oh, no, to win the championship.
I'll put like...
I hope you remember that bet.
What?
The one where if the Raps win a championship while Kawhi is here, you have to name your kid Kawhi.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Middle
I
name.
have that tweeted on a... No. No.
Fuck.
Kawhi Hamid? I love it.
Nah, I'll middle name Claw. I think Kawhi is better as a middle name than Claw.
I think we're out of stuff.
I don't know. There's always stuff.
Oh, there's always. We can save it.
Always stuff. All right. You want to? Should we wrap?
Let's wrap it. Yeah.
All right. How long has it been?
Hour and 35.
And a half. All right. We'll come back at you guys later on next week with another podcast. Thanks for listening. Is this episode 10?
11, 12.
No.
Well, Morrow and I did one.
One would think that we would have had this down pat.
Yeah, we are not good at this. We have not gotten this right once.
We're on episode 12.
This is 12.
This is 12?
Yeah.
All right, namesake number 12 is Roberto Alomar. Let's go.
Jarome Iginla.
He's 13. No?
No,
he's 12.
he's
He's
not.
12. He's 12. He's
Out
12.
of here.
12, and that means I got to do one. Oh, man.
Oh.
Mine's a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
Oh, Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
Tom Brady!
Major Tom Brady.
Not in the Hall of Fame.
I'm like, more I was sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, there's
I'm
one.
thinking of a soccer player just to piss you guys off, but I can't think of one.
Man, did I tell you my dad's stance on Tom Brady?
No.
He's like, yeah,
Overrated.
Tom Brady's good, but he shouldn't be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, no.
No, because he's a Trump supporter, and
fair enough.
the locker room talk thing. He's like, I don't think he's a first ballot. Second ballot, sure. First ballot, nah. I'm like,
I get
shut
it.
up.
But,
No, I'm like, shut up.
Should Derek Jeter be a first ballot Hall of Famer before we go?
I mean, on playing wise, he's got the championship, so yes. But like, if he didn't have the titles, yes. He still got 3,000 hits.
Yeah, but that's not. Yeah, we can touch that on another podcast. But
I mean, we have like a year.
yeah, we got time.
All right. Until next time. See you guys. Peace.